Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 8 or session 7. I know my numbers of Cyberpunk Red the Gang campaign. If this is your first time tuning in, hello and welcome. I'm just going to warn you straight up now. This is going to be a very weird session if you haven't watched the previous ones, but hopefully enjoyable all the same. Let's see. Any other announcements I have to say at the top of the stream? No, not really. Um, yeah, let's just go ahead and do player introductions, and we'll get this show on the road. So let's start with Phoenix to my left.
Hello, I am Phoenix, otherwise known as Celadon. I am the netrunner of the group, who apparently has finally ditched her dial-up modem for high-speed internet access. So it's been good. It's been good. We're having fun.
Yeah, it's been great so far.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Imago, you're next.
Hi, I'm Hex Process. I play Imago, I'm a goat. One of them. I don't know.
Mi,
They're all
mi, mi
cool.
amigo.
Mi amigo. Hell yeah, it's rock and roll. Yeah, resident medtech. Black Chrome Wen. Yeah, that's all there is really.
Cool. Duke, you're up next.
Hi, Professor Hex. I play Duke, the resident rocker boy, the Bowie alike. And I'm really, really wondering where the fuck my car is.
What do you got going on, Teflon?
Hey, food for thought. I play Teflon, the fixer. Missed a couple of sessions, to be honest, but good to be back. And for those who are looking to dip their toe in the Cyberpunk Red world, I highly recommend coming over and joining us on Night City Stories, where you can create a character and hop in on a game and give it a try.
Very nice. And of course, last but not least, we have Judge.
Hello, everybody. I'm Judge. I'm the group's solo. I do superhero landings, roundhouse kicks, and pose as PPP security. So yeah, it's all going swimmingly.
Love it. Love it. And I'm ELH, the Game Master, if you don't know who I am by now. And let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? So today we actually join in media race with everybody in Duke's car. Now, Duke, you have recovered your car after its Fultoning. And let's just say you are still sort of smelling the faint whiff of rubber in your car, and everybody can smell it. But you are driving to an undisclosed location where you are keeping something that might be of interest to Teflon. But I'm going to let you guys play out the scene from there. You're about 5-10 minutes away from your destination.
Look, all I'm saying is this: like, are we gonna do like the teeth plucking thing? Because if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna have to like not watch. Because I had this friend once who had braces that like something went wrong and the wire broke, got caught in his cheek. Freaked me out. I don't do teeth things.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just fingers. It'll be fine.
That's better. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just a hammer to the knee. That will get him talking.
I'll definitely talk.
And you can hear the tung tung on the trunk, kind of please let me out, or I don't know.
Yeah, we'll say he's in the trunk right now.
He's gonna talk. That much I guarantee.
So Teflon, this was weird. Why does he look like you? Like what's the deal? Why you, mate?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out. I'm not happy.
Any
You've
ideas?
all wanted to see me get mad. Now's your opportunity.
Oh, okay. So, you're mad, are you? Right?
Mm-hmm. Look, just because you had condoms explode in here and it's left the smell going everywhere is not my problem. Buy air freshener.
Duke immediately slams on the brakes, squealing to a stop, and then turns around. If I find out that you're in league with that fucker, you're going in the trunk too. You hear me?
Oh man.
And turn the car, accelerate and head back, continue on to our storage unit.
Well, let's be real here. It's like we haven't been the we got some people who don't like Teflon, and by some I mean staggering amount. I mean
Exponentially
It-
increasing.
exponentially increasing. There we go. That's a big word. That's a good word. Am I the only one here who's not that surprised that this has happened? I mean, I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened sooner. Let's be real.
That's fair.
Well, it's one thing to throw on a carbon copy of his clothes and walk around like, "Oh, look at me, I'm making deals," or whatever. But
That was such a spot on
Yeah,
imitation. I
dude,
love
Yeah,
it.
dude.
that was pretty good.
Do
Not
more, do more.
Yeah.
all right, maybe later. I am classically trained after all. But it's another thing to just completely clone a person, so to speak, right?
This looks like body sculpt.
I
They did
wouldn't-
fuck up though.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a clone. It's more like
granted. But
it's
it's
like
money,
a call it fan art.
What?
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I wouldn't call that an original production. Have you seen his nose?
Yeah, that wasn't made by a fan.
It's like a fucking potato.
Well, I might have kicked it. Might be displaced. Not the
Regardless,
same.
this cost money, so someone was willing to front a decent amount of ebb to get this thing done. So that should
Yeah,
narrow our
assumption.
list of suspects. Yeah.
I wonder what his actual intentions were. I mean, sorry, I didn't give him much chance to talk. I jumped him straight away, but just one guy, trying to disrupt our deal, trying to go after us, kill us, it's a bit odd. If Maelstrom wants us dead, if Maelstrom wants us gone,
Maelstrom's too front facing for something like
Yeah,
that. They would have just
that's
shown up guns
exactly it.
blazing.
That's exactly
Right.
my
Let's be
point.
100% honest here.
This has got the stink of subterfuge all over it.
Now the tiger claws, on the other hand,
All right.
they might be a bit more subtle, since and she kind of looks over at Duke. Somebody mentioned their name about turf that they apparently owned.
Yeah, all right. Well, they're not the boogeyman. You don't say their name 3 times and they appear in a puff of evil smoke.
Tiger claws,
No.
tiger claws, tiger claws.
Just
Good.
because I find it funny, you sort of all look out the window expecting a tiger claws, whatever, to drive by. And ironically enough, you do actually see like a graffiti art of the tiger claws logo just on a building as you pass by.
All right. Well, that was just a coincidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Look, I can't help it that I'm that popular that people want to be me.
Well, I wouldn't call it popular. I mean,
I
clearly
know,
you
that's-
crossed somebody, right?
That's a good way
Infamy
to
is
look
still
at it.
popularity, my dude. Come on.
True. Fair point.
Yeah, you sort of reverse the polarity of the popularity.
Now you're just talking out of your ass, dude.
Ha.
Come on.
Is that the title of your next album?
Talking out of his ass? Excellent.
No,
I can't
the,
wait. I can't wait.
That's his autobiography.
Ew.
I'm not gonna write about anything except for the eradication of all rubber on the planet.
Fair.
Well,
You leave the chickens alone. They've done nothing wrong here.
Have you smelled the inside of my automobile?
I mean, I just thought you farted. It's fine.
If farts smell like that, you probably should see forget the doctor.
You?
You're gonna want to see a
I
priest.
was going to say you.
You're going to want to see a priest?
I don't listen. If rubber's coming out, I can't help you.
You fucks can get a cab on your own, and I'll move the fake waxy potato Teflon out to the front, and he'll get a first-hand view of all the splendor of this fucking city. How about that?
Oh, come on, come on. Don't get like that, Duke. You know we're just having fun.
Yeah, it's all
Look, if you
fun
got
and
rubber
games.
coming out your ass, the chances are the doctor lost his glove.
Hmm.
Yeah, be lucky if they even use gloves.
It's right about then that you pull up to your storage unit in the northwestern part of Night City. And let me actually put you on the map just so I can point out something. So, for those who don't see the map right now, I know I'm not showing it on screen, but if you will imagine Little Europe, that sort of central island of Night City, where the northwestern part is Little Europe, you guys are on probably the westernmost sort of tip to the north, maybe right about here, that
Okay.
overlooks Morro Rock.
Mm.
So the big old like space elevator slash launch site is where you guys are right now. And as far as storage units go, it is fairly nondescript. I mean, it's your average public storage that has been subjected to Night City's, well, pleasures. Specifically, it's just a bunch of units that have already either been busted open, destroyed, or otherwise fallen into disrepair. So what that means is you're basically in a burned out. I'm trying to think of an actual name of a storage place around here. Like, I think it's literally just called public storage. Like, I think
I
that
was about to
might be
say
the
just an old school public storage. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's literally the chain name. But yeah, you basically pull up to this lot. The gate, such as it is already off of its hinges and allows you full entrance, no problem. And you guys pull up to storage unit 21B. Now, 21B is actually in good repair, and it actually has a padlock on the unit itself. Now, of course, a padlock doesn't mean much these days, but it's the thought that counts, right?
I mean, fair.
All right, get to cracking. Somebody. Don't use a gun.
All yours, Teflon. I walk up to the trunk, bang twice on the trunk, and ready my assault rifle and open it up.
And inside is bound and gagged with what I'm assuming is either duct tape, rope, or something else funny.
Both.
Is a
All of
fake
both.
Teflon.
All of those, yeah.
Now, the fake Teflon is actually the spitting image of Teflon at first glance. However, when you look a little bit closer, you see imperfections with the aforementioned nose, with the fact that his arm is not a cyber arm like Teflon's is.
You're back.
It's a very poor copy of Teflon once you actually get a good look at them. But if you were walking by them on the street or you were looking at them through a sniper scope, they'd probably be the same.
I could
Close
have done a
enough for
better
government
job.
work, right?
Something like that.
Right. Well, I'm going to lean in, and the first thing I'm going to do is just ball up the cyber fist right in front of his eyes and then smash it straight down into his already broken nose. And then drag him out and just drag him by his foot face down through the gravel.
And of course, you all hear the muffled squirming and squealing. Not going to go into super detail, but basically, it's a very unpleasant process.
Sure,
Oh.
as one would expect.
I'll get the gloves.
So, quick, out of character. So, do we? Is this our storage container, and therefore we have the key for the lock?
One of you has the key, but I'm going to let you guys decide who actually owns the storage unit.
It'd probably end up being mine since it's like I was the only one that was.
Is this the
actually
Yuri
using one.
cave?
Yeah, it's the Yuri Cave.
Nice.
This is gonna be great.
The what?
You'll see.
Phoenix, come on.
As we kind
Let's
of
get this
get him
open.
dragged and things like that, I'll just kind of like do kind of just like a once over of the area, and then I'll just crack open the door.
You own this place.
Yeah. I mean, it's paid for, so why would I worry about it, right?
Have
It's
you
just
got like
storage.
plastic down, or because it's going to get messy?
So she walks in and she flips the switch, and a little bit of light sort of illuminates the whole area in the back. There's lots of crystal like white LED that line kind of like the top area. And in one corner is just this massive stack of paper books. And between that is like a small sort of like clear plastic, like plexiglass sort of wall, basically. And it's just books, but they're all spine out, so you can actually read the titles of everything. And then the front half is basically the small little sort of like living area. There's a small single bed. There's a single like cushioned seat. It looks like a modified like lawn chair with some extra cushions strapped onto it, and a couple of small reading lamps. Nothing major. It's good for what it is. There's a small refrigerator off in one corner, and the entire set of walls on one side are just plastered with girls kissing other girls. In, various different, like, titled books of things. He's like, you can sit him over there. And she just kind of points at the chair.
Scale of 1 to 10. How musty is this room?
Oh, God.
Oh, it smells fresh and clean.
That's even worse.
This has to be the strangest library I've ever been in.
Love what you've done to the place. Come on, you arsehole. Drag him over and then smack him down into the chair.
Of course, he squirms a little bit as he goes in, but bound and gagged as he is, all he can really do is make a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
Pulling the gag off, I just pull out the pocket knife and flick it, and then just put it in and just crunch it in against one of his teeth and just start wiggling.
What did I say about the teeth?
You're not doing it. It doesn't really matter, does it?
I have to watch.
No, you don't.
True.
And fake Teflon sort of goes, wait, don't do that.
Why the fuck are you wearing my face?
And he does that thing with his eyes where he kind of looks at you, then looks down at the knife, then looks at you and looks down at the knife. And he would motion with his hands, but considering he's still bound, he can't really do that.
Tell me, Phoenix, do you have a little camping stove in here? Maybe a frying pan? As I just kind of rest the knife against his balls.
Oh.
She sort of like wobbles over to the small fridge, and she pops open one of the sides, and she pulls out the small sort of circular like disc shaped object with a small little ring on one side. And she closes the door, and she kind of walks over, and she just kind of scoots the knife out of the way, and she takes this thing and she turns it over, and she just cups it straight on top of his crotch and puts her finger inside the ring.
Oh,
and she kind of looks over at it. He's like, so you've got about 2 minutes or so. When I pull this ring, you better start talking, because if we don't hear what we want to hear in 2 minutes, chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Nope. Definitely want to keep those. Definitely want to keep those.
Pulls the ring out, and she's like, "Start talking."
Oh God. Okay. All right. So, you guys know Maelstrom, right?
Uh-huh.
So, do you know a chick named Cherry?
Uh-huh.
So
Hey.
Cherry, no. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but Cherry is basically contracting a bunch of body sculpting to imitate all of you, not just Teflon here.
90 seconds.
Fuck. I'm
You can
just
definitely start feeling it get a little warm now.
Listen, I don't know much. I was just contracted to look like Teflon. The expenses were all paid for, and I was just supposed to go to that warehouse and waste the guy and get it blamed on you guys. And oh God, please, I want to keep my balls.
Well,
Just kind of looks at Teflon.
I was going to cut them off, fry them like sweetbreads, and make you eat them. This, I would say, is probably the lesser of the two evils.
60 seconds.
I don't know what else you want
Where's-
from me.
Where's Cherry operating from?
Cherry, she's out of Little China. She has a rundown parking garage she operates out of. I can give you her deets.
Yep. You got
And-
about 50 seconds.
Is
He-
that rubber or is that the gentleman's business?
That's the gentleman's business.
That would be the
The,
gentleman's
the
business.
pants
Oh.
are definitely very hot now.
There's
Yeah,
something
it's-
awful about emasculating a man full of what is that? Sucker a trick? I don't know. This is weird. This feels very weird.
Look, every man knows that lesbianism is really hot when they don't have to worry about the fact that they're not dealing with homophobic things. And so I'm already feeling a little bit more resistance than normal. So either you really like the idea of your balls getting burned off, or you're just a sick, twisted fuck and you're going to send us all the details now.
I am. Look, I can't. My hands are bound. My agent's in my pocket. I literally cannot control it with my mind.
And she'll pull it away and she'll grab the agent out of his pocket and she'll hand it to Teflon.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, Teflon, when you actually pull up his agent, apparently the idiot doesn't even have it like password locked or anything. You see a bunch of numbers and a bunch of calls, not only from a letter C, which you can only assume must be Cherry, but you also see what seems to be a list of locations, payment drops, and sort of like other dead drops that C has sent him to over the past week.
So she's gonna gonna
Okay.
sort of spin around and she's gonna go walking behind him, and she'll just kind of lean down on his shoulder and whisper into his ear. It's like, so how many are done?
I think they might have that guy over there, and he motions with his head over at Duke.
Damn it.
Oh, fuck you.
Judge laughs.
Anyone else? And she'll just kind of keep the heater close to his face.
I think they're doing the kid next.
Imago's like, yes.
Well,
Ah,
if you're any indication, Mardouble's going to look like Jackie fucking Chan.
No
Who?
offense, who the fuck is Jackie Chan?
He's a
Doesn't matter,
famous
sweetie.
martial artist who, became a movie. Shut up.
she'll just pat his cheek with her other hand. It's like, shut up, sweetie. It's fine.
I'm confused. Should I be shutting up or telling you what I know? I'm very confused.
Keep talking.
Oh, okay, what do you want me to talk about?
Right.
So,
We know what Cherry is.
where else? What else is she here? Who else is she planning on hitting?
Well, I don't know the name, but there's this Ripper Doc. Usually has a fancy client list. Operates out of.
Oh, fingers.
Yeah, that's the guy's name.
Oh, how cute. And she just kind of looks over at the rest of the party and is like, well, at least we know where we're going next.
But hey, you, the rock, the I don't know what the fuck your name actually is.
His name is Duke.
Oh, okay, Duke.
Why are you telling
Don't
me?
just speak.
Okay, so one thing we found during our research is that you have a chicken problem, yeah?
I'm not sure if it's a problem or a fetish, but yeah, he's definitely got a problem.
Phoenix, give me the ring. Give me the thing.
She's just gonna hold her finger up for just a second. No. I want to hear what he has to say first.
What if I told you I know where this chicken man is?
Ah, see, it all comes together.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm just gonna take the thing out of Phoenix's hands.
She'll give it to him. She's not gonna resist. So you know those like instant ramen heaters, the little
Yeah.
things that you can stick the paper cups into from Japan? That's basically what she's got.
Hmm.
And I am going to stick that thing directly on this bad Teflon's nose.
Oh. Well, hey, it'll cauterize any broken exterior wounds. That'll be nice.
Give me the location of the chicken man now.
They're in South Night City. They're in an old warehouse. You can't miss it. It's on so and so street, and he gives you the actual location.
Perfect.
I will yank it away.
And you see, you thought I was upset.
Yeah,
All right.
I feel bad for whoever Duke's copy is, because you got anger issues, man. Anger issues.
All right. So should we kill him here or later?
I'd say later.
Oh, here we can just dump him in the river. The sea.
Phoenix will
say
actually just kind of pat the guy in the chair's head and just be like, "See, now wasn't that easy? All you had to do was just talk rapidly and not stop. It worked out well, because I mean, a small face wound, that's an easy way to get let off." And she'll help him stand up, and she'll start walking him out towards the the exit.
Small point of order, he is still bound, so if you help him up and try to get him moving, he'd have to hop out.
I know.
Okay, just making sure.
So
Sorry,
she'll get
are you letting him go?
No. She just kind of waves and she closes the door behind her for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
She'll pull out her combat knife and wick the ropes off his feet so that he can actually stand on his own 2 feet instead of having to hobble.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll take him around the backside of the of the storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as she's walking around outside, the rest of the people inside will notice that a small media window will pop up on one of the walls that are kind of opened by the refrigerator, and she'll actually see a camera feed of what's happening outside. So she's gonna walk him over, and she's basically just gonna tell him, "Is like, so here's the deal. We have your agent now, which means we have unfettered access to, well, pretty much everything that you own. Here's the deal. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to pick a direction.
He
And
starts
if it's
running.
not the
He
right
just starts
direction-
running. He picks a direction and
Perfect.
just starts running.
And then I
I
pull out
would've
my gun
gone-
and I shoot him.
What are you shooting him with? A very heavy pistol?
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
don't think you need to roll damage, but just in case it's a critical hit, go ahead and roll your damage on it.
There's your first mistake. I would have gone right.
Where's the roll for that on this sheet?
I
the
think if you
weapon.
click damage, it should work properly. It should be on the combat tab.
Next to the attack.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Attack and damage. I see. So we're just rolling damage on this, right?
Correct. Yeah. We're
Okay.
gonna assume that you're able to line up a shot on this guy. All right. It doesn't look like it's a crit. So what that's gonna mean then is you shoot him. It's very unceremonious. You basically get him in the back, and he's down for the count.
God, what a.
So she's
fucking
going to go
waste.
back over to him. She's going to pick up one of his legs. She's going to drag him back over to where she was by her own thing. And then she's going to step on a small button that opens up another sort of there's they're like back to back, sort of side to side kind of things, and there's like little alleyways between them.
Right.
She's going to step on a little panel, and it's going to open up another door to the storage unit that's directly behind hers. And inside is basically just this big, empty, dark place. She's going to look at him and she's like, see, you should have taken the left at Albuquerque. And she's going to just huck him into there and close it behind him.
Yes, the unceremonious dumpster disposal. I love it.
Yes. And she'll wander back in, put her gun away.
Can we shoot people in the face next time? That's kind of fucked up. I didn't
And
like
shooting
that.
someone in the face isn't.
Well, no, because they could see it coming. Like, we just wasted that guy. I mean, yeah, he had it coming, but
Yeah,
like,
but we have all his money now, so it really doesn't matter. And she's just going to snag the agent, and
Matters
she's just
to
going to
me.
start passing information off to Duke and Teflon. And then she's going to go into this dude's bank account and just sort of like manipulate and move everything so that everyone gets a bit of the share of the money from Cherry.
So about that, how's your business score? Because I think Teflon's the one with the business score here.
Where is that again?
Under education.
Mhm.
Business. Okay. No, I have bureaucracy.
Nah, this would definitely be business, unfortunately.
Okay, no, that's fine. I can hand it over to Teflon and have him take care of that then.
Well, I'll do my best. I, I think I might put some luck into this.
Okay.
Okay. How much luck you throwing in there?
I'm going to chuck 3 points of luck in.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Speaking of which, we didn't do like a recap or anything like that.
Oh, it's a
so-
crit!
Ooh, that is a crit.
Why is it every time I do this, I end up getting a crit? Every time I put luck in, I get a crit, having and therefore waste my luck. It's a nightmare.
Well, with your luck, that's a 28.
Yeah, that is a 28. So
Yep.
yeah, you guys don't have the benefit of a recap group pool, but a 28 is definitely more than sufficient. Do you want the good news or the bad news, Teflon?
Always start with the bad.
Always start with the bad. All right, so bad news. The funds that this guy has aren't directly accessible, meaning that it's not actual liquid ebb that you could just move in and out of a bank account. We're talking like stock options. We're talking like sort of this digital currency. I don't even think fiat currency is a thing in the Cyberpunk universe, so it's not like Bitcoin or anything. But it's definitely not something
Dogecoin.
that, yeah, Dogecoin.
Yeah, it's Doge.
It's definitely not something you could just transfer, though, unfortunately. It is something that will require some time and effort to get the money out. But the good news is if you are able to get it out, you are looking at a payoff of about 10,000 ebb.
Lovely.
That is worth it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I will spend the time to get it out.
Well,
Actually,
when I say
could
time, I mean like a long, like week, 2 week affair working on this kind of a thing.
since I have the ability to sort of understand like the crypto like concept behind that, could I possibly put something together with my cryptography to try to help expedite that?
I tell you what, we'll do it this way. I'll allow you to roll cryptography.
Mm-hmm.
And then because Teflon did get a crit here, what I will say is that based on how well you succeed, as in how far you get past the DV in my head for this cryptography, we will reduce the amount of time by a number of days.
Okay, that seems
That
good.
works.
So I'm going to throw 3 luck points into that, if that's allowed.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
18.
All right, so that's going to be an 18. The DV was a 16. So what that's
Nice.
going to mean is that instead of it being 14 days, you're now looking at about 12 days of work to get the money out.
That's worth it. And we can probably just run a program on that to just have it work its magic while we're waiting.
Exactly. Yeah, it's one of those things
Yeah,
that
perfect.
the initial setup is what's going to take most of the time, and then it's just
Yeah.
it has to churn the data.
Yeah, that's not a problem. We're just going to do what we can to do while we're churning the data, do what we can to also protect it so that it like if it's found, it can't just be shut off and we lose all our progress and or the money.
Mm-hmm. Good,
Yeah.
because that was going to be a concern. I'm glad you're already thinking of that.
Oh, trust me. I'm
that's-
way ahead of you on that.
That's what I have a netrunner for, doing these things, because I haven't got a clue. I can do the business bit of it, but I'm looking at this thing going, well, I know how to turn it on and off. And I can
mean,
put
rare,
a basic
yeah.
PIN number in.
Well, all right then. So at this point, Duke has all of his data. Teflon has all of his data. We know that they are 2 in and are working on a 3rd person for body sculpting to try to screw with us. So we have 3 options. Well, one of which I know we're probably going to have a very vocal person about, and she kind of points over at Duke. But the other 2 options are we could either go find fingers and do what we were going to do to the building at this point, which might take a bit more planning now that we have to worry about an extra body, or we could simply just go to Cherry directly. So that is kind of another problem. And she'll just sort of look back over at Teflon and be like, what do you think?
I'm thinking Cherry. But I'm sure our good rocker over there wants to solve some more immediate problems.
I have already gotten in the car and turned, rev the engine, and I will shout out the window, I'm heading for Chicken Man. If you want to come with, get in a car. Otherwise, find a cab.
Yeah, I fucking can't miss this. And I
Yeah,
walk over to the car and hop in.
I do the same. Also, if we find fake meat, can we not kill that one? I got some plans.
Well, I have
Disgusting.
plans,
You
but
want to send him to
guess
college?
what?
I mean, that cuts deep, man.
Live vicariously.
That hurt.
I love it. Oh, it's the best.
You know,
I have
when I'm up
plans.
there in graduation giving my speech, I'm not gonna mention you. That hurts, man.
I love the
She's
fact
gonna-
he's that confident he's going to graduate.
Yeah. It's a Maelstrom, man. You know.
I mean, that's fair. She's just gonna smack Teflon on the arm and is like, let's go get Chicken Man, then we can deal with Cherry.
Yeah.
She'll turn off the lights and walk up behind her and head to the car.
All right. So, Duke, I'd like you to describe for me how aggressively you're driving at this point.
If you've ever seen, the Venture Brothers,
I have.
anytime that imagine Brock.
Mhm.
It was one of the early episodes where they hit me with a truck, and he's got that sort of like one
Mhm.
squinting eye, cigarette clamp between his teeth, fingers, tightly gripping the wheel, breaking every known speed limit. Like that's my level of driving.
How's your I forget if it's drive or if it's actual pilot land vehicle. It's been a while.
Drive land vehicle.
Yeah. Give me a drive land vehicle here. I'm
Maybe
very
I should have gotten a
curious.
cab.
Take it easy, buddy.
Okay, so drive land vehicle. You know what? I'm going to dump all 4 luck points into this.
Probably a good spend.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially because you
Oh.
rolled a critical failure.
Oh my god.
But that's still a 13 after
13.
the fact, which isn't bad. So I think what happens is you do attract the attention of passing NCPD car, and if you're looking at the map, you're in the University District. You're about 28 blocks away from the destination in South Night City, but now you've got a cop on your tail. And unlike the ones in 2077, this one isn't just going to teleport behind you constantly. You actually have a
okay.
chance
All
of escaping this one.
Oh, good.
Or you could,
Yeah.
I don't know, all of you could just kind of hang out windows and shoot it. I mean, that is always an option too.
Yeah, actually,
Is-
Judge is kind of click clack, readies his assault rifle, opens the window, and just
Hold
looks
on,
at Duke.
don't pull that trigger. This is a really bad idea. I'm
Now
just
hold
saying.
on. Hold on a minute. The cop it may not be driving. It may just be T-posing.
Maybe.
It might just be T-posing. Ah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This is a
Uh-huh.
little overt for our sus. Little overt.
Oh,
Let's at least wait until we get into a combat zone before we start shooting cops up, rather than
Yeah.
in
How
one of
close
the
is
best
the cop
parts of
car?
Night City.
That's actually what I'm going to roll for next to see how close the NCPD is able to get to you all at this point. With a 16, I think what they're going to do is they're actually going to pull up right alongside you. And
Oh, perfect.
you see inside there is a younger looking woman at the wheel, and her partner, sidekick, is an older gentleman, a little bit of gray in his beard, a little bit of balding going on. And the woman sort of grabs at the microphone that's attached to the police car's speaker and says, "This is the NCPD. Please pull over. You're violating many violations. Moving violations. That's the word I want. Please pull over."
Okay, so in the span of a few seconds, I would like to turn to look at them. I'm assuming are they on my left or my right?
They're on your left.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
good.
gonna-
They're on the driver's side.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to look out the driver's side, and I'm going to adopt a look of like sort of a tear-stained panic.
Mhm.
And I will look at them and then look. Where is Phoenix?
I should actually be like, I will be directly behind you. I'm on driver's side back seat.
Okay, so I will look at them with this tear-stained panic look, and then look back at you, and I will mutter under my breath, "And you're in pain, a lot of it." And then I will turn back to them, and I will I'm still driving, and I will
Mhm.
lower the lower the window, and I'll
Mhm.
shout out at them, "My wife's got into labor. I've got to get her into the hospital immediately."
Oh my god. And then Phoenix will start screeching about pain.
Are there any like chickens left on the floorboards?
There's one. There's one that Duke did not get rid of. Yes.
Okay, I'm sitting in the
Squeaking.
the bitch seat in the back seat. I'm gonna pick one up. Hey, stuff this under your shirt.
God. Okay.
Just do it.
How big of a chicken is it?
It
I
doesn't
was
matter.
going to say, so
Doesn't matter.
we've implanted a chicken in a guy's voice box, and now our doc's going to try and give birth to a chicken.
Baby
Excellent.
chickens.
Oy.
Going to midwife a chicken.
Midwife a chicken. That's the one.
That's
I'm
the
going to be
one,
clear. This is
yes.
the players doing this. This is not me. I just put the chicken
Now
there,
that-
and they did the rest.
Now that's the name of my new album, Midwife a Chicken.
Midwife a chicken.
That's some like neutral milk hotel shit.
Oh my
God.
god, that's amazing. All right, so how we're gonna handle this is we're gonna do this like a complimentary skill check.
Okay.
So what this is gonna mean is I will give Phoenix. I want you to do a performance.
Where's that at
And
again? I have acting.
well, that's what I mean. Is acting. I never remember.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would be an acting on your part, and I'm going to let you decide which way you do this. Either your complimentary is aiding Duke's persuasion, or Duke's persuasion is aiding your acting. And the way it works with complimentary skill checks, if I remember correctly, is if you succeed, you basically give the other person a +1.
+2.
Is it plus? I think it's +1.
Oh, is it +1? Okay, that's right. I forgot they
Yeah.
changed it to a 1.
It's a +1. I'd love to know if this young police officer, now that she's seen Duke, isn't starstruck by her fandom of him.
I mean, that is also an option where, Duke, you could attempt a charismatic impact here and basically
that's
try
fair.
to convert her to be a fan. But just
I
as you know, there is a drawback to that.
I have more faith in the acting and persuasion than I do.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
So, how do you want to do this then? Do you want to do the acting to aid your persuasion, or do you want your persuasion to aid my acting?
My acting and persuasion are the same. They're at about a 6.
Well, because you would be rolling in persuasion, and I would be rolling the acting.
Mhm.
So if we're going to have your persuasion complement my acting, you roll your persuasion, and if you pass your persuasion check, I get to roll acting with a +1.
Okay.
And then vice versa. I act, and if it passes, your persuasion is rolled with an additional +1.
Well,
Maybe.
I'd say you kick off because you have better chances of succeeding, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
well, surely the person with the best chance of succeeding does it last. Because if you fail, you just don't get the +1. But
Exactly.
if you've got a much lower chance of succeeding,
Like if
a
his
+1.
persuading of my wife is pregnant in the back and is giving birth is kind of a, well, I mean, and then I act it and I nail it, there's a whole thing there. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's entirely up to what you want to do, Duke. How do you want to roll this? Why is ELH T-posing? Stop it.
No, my my tracking derped there for a moment. I'll have to fix it in a little bit. But yeah.
Oh, you're fine.
no.
I was like, wait a minute, why does ELH keep T-posing randomly?
You were drifted into 77. It's too late.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
no.
go.
It was the cops. It just pulled
It
you
was the
back.
cops.
Pulled me right
This
in.
source
Jesus,
code's
it's
being
the
sold as we speak.
Mm.
Right.
Okay. I am going to make a persuasion, and then
Okay.
that will hopefully give you a bonus.
All right. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see. How many luck points get? Oh, none. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was
Excellent.
gonna say you spent them all on driving.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, I
Oh.
mean that's a 20. Definitely is enough to succeed.
All right. So I will roll this at a +1. And just because I really don't feel like dealing with it, I'll spend my last 2 luck points on it. So we'll get a +3 on this.
All right,
Come
so
on,
here,
sing-
so you
single
know before
digits.
the roll, the DV on this is a 17, just so you know. So no pressure.
So as long as I roll a 4 or higher, we've got this. Now it'll be a 1, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say now it's gonna be a 1.
Oh, we
19.
did it!
There you go. So I think what happens is as you guys sell your various performances, the rookie beat cop just sort of looks at you all and goes, all right, we'll give you an escort. Where are you headed? Which hospital?
I will quickly rattle off a hospital that I know is in an adjacent district with the
Mhm.
idea of like eventually losing this escort in the process.
Okay. So it's one of those things where like you get to the edge of the combat zone and instead of turning left like they expect, you just keep going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
They turn, we don't. We mix them in an alleyway for a couple of minutes, and then we move on.
Yep.
Makes sense.
As you do.
As one does. But yeah, what I'm going to say then is I'm only going to require one further drive check, and if you succeed, you will be able to lose the cops, and you'll be able to get to your destination unhindered. Now, what I would say is the DV on this will still be very high, but it will be reduced from what it was originally. It was originally an 18. It is now going to be a 16.
I'd like to do a complimentary skill check of streetwise
Sure.
for knowing the ways of that cops are likely to operate in these situations.
Sure, I'd allow it.
Nice.
Good thinking.
And that is, of course, a 21 is more than sufficient. Then yeah, Duke, you get a +1 on this.
Nice.
Plus
Oh.
one.
Sorry, that should actually only be 18. I forgot
Yeah,
to turn the lock off.
still more than sufficient.
Yeah.
All right. So I've factored in the +1, and here we go.
17, just barely beating the DV. And yeah,
Oh.
again, as I said, it's one of those things where you go to the edge of the combat zone.
Oh wait, I think it should actually be 18 because it didn't factor.
Oh, it didn't
in
take
that.
your modifier. Yeah, so you're good. So you guys get to the edge of the combat zone, and the cop car turns left. You keep going straight, and of course the cop car tries to wheel around and get to you, but thanks to Teflon's knowledge of the area, you are able to hide in an alleyway or a back street or something of the sort in South Night City. And long story short, you guys lose the cops and are able to get to your destination unharmed. When you arrive at your destination, you see that it is, well, maybe a portent of things to come, specifically because it is an old, obviously dilapidated, rundown, shot up, etc., toy store. And when I say toy store, I mean like think old 80s style like puppets and wooden blocks and little mechanical trains and
A sort of FAO Schwartz kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
kinda, yeah.
Oh dear
Is
God, this isn't a bozo hangout, is it? Really?
I have the same suspicion.
Mm.
No, it's not too late to torch the place.
Or just turn around and, just leave.
Let him just keep getting rubber chickens, yeah.
Yeah.
I will park the car. I will get out of the car. I will
Mhm.
sling my guitar around to my front, right? And I will cock it.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Absolutely. There should be the classic Doom music, the E1M1 classic.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And
is
I will
everybody
just
else
head-
following suit is the
Just
question.
head again.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
All right. Fuck it. Yeah. I get
Nothing
out of the
ventured,
car.
nothing gained.
All right. So you guys enter into the rundown shelves and the sort of toys that have been strewn all over the place. And as you're going through the wooden shelves and you're stepping over broken toys and bits of debris, you head towards the back of the place and you think you find what you're looking for specifically because there is a set of two giant rubber chickens, each the size of a Great Siamese, or what are they? A Great Pyrenees. That's what they're called.
Oh boy.
So we're talking
Big
a very,
doggos.
very large rubber chicken.
Mhm.
But they're
We're
flanking,
keeping those.
maybe. But
They're going in the boot.
That's
they're
funny.
going in the boot. There you go. But they are flanking what appears to be a curtain, and on the other side of the curtain, sort of underneath the curtain, you can see that there's light shining.
Hmm.
I look at Duke and point to one of the grenades I have in my belt and go like, "Is this how you want to announce your presence?"
I have never wanted that more than anything in my life.
Well, there you go. I hand him over the grenade. Do the honors.
I will pull the pin out with my
I've
teeth.
seen him be athletic.
Hmm.
I'm going to head in the opposite direction
Yeah, you
and
might wanna
find
back up.
somewhere
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
gonna
out
stick
of the
my
blast
fingers in my
radius.
ears and like kind of like, okay, have fun with that.
The last time I saw him try and do athletics, he tore the fire escape off a wall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Remember, roll it in. Roll it in. I say as I take cover.
Gentle as I take cover.
I am too jazzed and pumped, so I just like overhand fastball chuck this thing into the.
All right. Well, I think we all know what's coming. Please give me an athletics.
Oh my
All
god.
right, here we go.
Now is not the time to be like, go fetch the ball, doggo, and then swap it so that he sort of like rolls off your fingertips and falls directly behind you, because that would kill you.
I mean,
We don't
hey,
want
a 15 isn't bad. So
No,
you
not at all.
you huck the grenade through the curtain, and it sort of billows around it as it flies in, and you hear it hit the ground and sort of roll to a stop, and then you hear a rubber chicken going, "Arr!" and the grenade comes flying right back out at you.
Ah, fuck.
And
I can't believe you've done this.
as you sort of look down at the grenade and think, well, I've lived a good life. I have no regrets. The grenade detonates, but not in a frag grenade style. It's a confetti bomb. So it kind of goes, does that sort of air horn, shoots out a bunch of glitter and confetti all over Duke.
What the fuck?
All right, I will grit my teeth. I will take the cigarette out of my mouth, chuck it to the ground.
I will
Stamp
lean
it out.
out with the agent and start taking photos.
Yep.
Nice.
No, I'm definitely recording everything of this for posterity's sake.
All right, yeah. Judge is pissed off because this motherfucker has tampered with my weapons, and that is a no-go. So fuck this. I am going in with Duke all in.
Yeah.
So rifle
for
cocked. I'm pissed. You don't
Shoulder
touch
to
my
shoulder.
babies.
Contra style.
Oh god.
As you
Yes.
guys approach the curtain, a loudspeaker crackles to life and it begins playing some music along with a voice. And I actually have a little bit of music for this.
Oh no.
And as you emerge on the other side of the curtain, what you see is literally Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. But rubber chickens fucking everywhere. And I mean rubber chickens fucking everywhere. And that's where we're gonna go to break because I think I broke everybody.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I've swapped to record rather than just still photography.
Can I shoot those speakers, man? Can I just
Yes.
shoot them? I need to shoot those speakers. I immediately fire upon those speakers.
I am definitely streaming this.
Duke is gone! He's left the building! so pissed. He's so pissed. We told you before we started that if you wanted to mute it, you could mute it, but you didn't. Now you know
For those who may have missed it, I literally played Jurassic Park but Rubber Chicken. It was
I
great.
know. Oh. And it's funny too because I know for a fact that the next thing he's gonna say is pretty much just, you know what? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
No, the best part is before we actually go to break is when you shoot out a speaker, another one from inside opens up, and you know how Willy Wonka starts singing the
Yeah.
Pure Imagination song?
Yeah.
It's basically the Chicken Man singing it, only instead of Pure Imagination, it's Rubber Chicken.
That's amazing.
I feel ill.
Oh, I love everything about this.
I
But
am
yeah.
so streaming this with Rocker Boy meets his nemesis.
Oh yeah, no. Trust me, I'm recording all of this.
Oh yeah, pay-per-view.
So
You
am I.
can sell it. Oh.
But as Duke and Judge and everybody else sees the Willy Wonka on the Rubber Chicken Park, we are going to go to break. So we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Stick around. you're just joining us, I broke everybody by playing John Williams' Jurassic Park, but with rubber chickens as the players entered into Willy Wonka and the Rubber Chicken Park.
Mhm.
So we resume with mostly everybody on the other side of this curtain in this abandoned toy store as I try to describe what this actually looks like without dying inside.
You were so concerned about whether or not you could, you didn't think about whether you should.
Yeah, pretty much. So what you see is actually a large space, maybe about the size of, I'm trying to think actual square footage here. Maybe about the size of a Walmart. So actually a very large space, but this entire area is sort of landscaped in actually very good repair. Like it actually looks like they've maintained not only living bushes and living trees in this space, but the problem with all of this is the fact that every single
Everything?
decoration is a rubber chicken. So every lawn ornament, every bauble on a tree, every doodad, every widget, it's all rubber chickens of various sizes.
Mhm.
And you see the cobble path that leads through this sort of strange green place of rubber chickens. It leads to another set of doors, maybe about 30 or 40 meters ahead of you. Obviously, the chicken paradise, as I'm calling it, extends far to either side, but if you want to just go straight through it, it's actually not that long of a walk.
I
I mean,
think
hell,
I think Duke needs to meander. Take it all in.
You know what burns hotter than any like wood? Plastic. I'm just throwing that out there, just in case somebody's got a match.
I got my lighter
Sure.
ready. I was just looking for something flammable.
It's all flammable, every single
She
one.
just, yeah, Phoenix just kind of rolls her hands around. It's like, I mean, go for it.
I'm gonna take one hand off of the guitar, right? And I'm going to get a hold of my agent in my jacket. I'm going to connect it to the pocket amp that I have on my person at all times. And I'm going to search for an ancient song. Hopefully, there's still a recording of it called Ride of the Valkyries. And I'm going to turn that up to full, massive, ear distorting, blasting volume. And I will, as I walk through this area towards the focal point, right? I will just boom, 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 shooting away shrubbery and material and rubber chicken ornaments left and right.
And of course, for posterity, Teflon is recording all of this, yes?
Yes,
Absolutely. In
I would
fact,
assume so.
I mean, if Teflon isn't, Phoenix definitely is for sure.
in fact, Teflon has now put it out because he's using his agent to record it. He's sending it live with the banner of local celebrity Duke meets his nemesis and trying to get as many
TMZ.
views as possible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have spent 8 shotgun shells.
You have killed 8 rubber chickens. Congrats.
Excellent.
But yeah, Duke, you get to this opposing set of double doors, and I like to imagine you probably literally kick them open.
Absolutely, I do. Yeah.
And when you do, you see that you're now in a much smaller room. This one's maybe about, let me do meter conversion here. This one's maybe about 10 meters by 10 meters by 8 meters. So it's kind of a lower ceiling than what you're used to. Oh, my model's gone derpy again. I might have to switch tracking. But what you see in this room is in the middle of it, there is a pedestal. And on this pedestal is a comically large red button. And you also see that there's 2 rubber chickens, again, the size of Great Pyrenees, sitting in either corner of the room.
Don't press that.
But it's red and it's a button. It's screaming, press me.
I will
Do the honors.
Can I see if there's is there any surveillance in the room, like mounted cameras or anything like that that's visible?
Not that you're seeing, no.
Okay.
But
Then
it
I
is
will.
just a stark white wall, stark metal floor. Ceiling seems to be just your standard sort of brackets and scaffolding, whatever it's actually called. It's very nondescript, very, well, plain, if you will.
Is this place wired? Is there any access points that Phoenix maybe
Well,
can
if
take
Phoenix would
advantage
like
of?
to roll
Oh yeah,
an
absolutely.
interface,
I'm more than happy to do that.
While she's doing that, I'm going to just shout out to the room like so much Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Mhm.
Wow.
Come out here, you fucking Kentucky fraud coward.
Well, Phoenix, before I
14.
respond to that, a 14, yeah, you find an access point. It's in the room that Duke has just entered.
All right. Well, I'll hug the wall, not entering said room, and do what I can to connect.
The moment
Just,
you connect,
see what I can see.
your entire AR is filled with rubber chickens.
Oh,
Which,
fantastic.
when
It's a
I
held
say
chicken.
rubber chickens in AR, I don't mean
Mhm.
just their stationary rubber chickens. I mean they are running around like, well, chickens with their heads cut off. And they are making a noise which only you can hear. And it is the sound of The Duel of the Fates, also another John Williams classic, but by rubber chickens.
How do I leave the stream? Is there a button for that?
I think it's not a matter of just the fact that the songs are in Rubber Chicken. It's more the fact that it's John Williams songs in Rubber Chicken. That's just
How
slowly
dare you?
killing your soul.
Duel of the Fates? You're kidding me.
Yep.
I'm so glad I'm not hearing this.
We're just gonna turn that down just a smidge. I mean, I'll leave it playing in the background and like kind of head bop to it because it's kind of a jam. But yeah, that's exactly what I expected to see. Honestly, I'm more than happy to pathfind it to see if there's anything else that I can find out. But yeah.
Please feel free to pathfind.
We'll also use the +2 that I have from Sia.
Okay. Survey says, what'd you get? A 21. There's only one floor here. And the only thing on this
It's the chicken
floor, well, it's the chicken floor, but the only thing on this floor is a file. It's not even an encrypted file. It's just a file.
All right. Well, we all know how that works out. We're going to go ahead and just, put a nice little secure space around that file and open it up.
So I don't have actual stats for this yet because I need to consult with someone who's actually more knowledgeable in net running, but there basically is a copy of a rubber chicken based black ice here. Not like a hostile one, but like an actual copy of a black ice program.
Like it's not rezzed, it's just a black ice that's a rubber chicken.
Correct.
Yeah, we're copying that.
ELH, are you sponsored by Big Chicken? Like, what's going on here?
Big Chicken.
No, as Big Chicken. No, what I said.
Chick-fil-A.
What I said and what the stream doesn't know
Yikes.
is I literally method acted this. I thought to myself, all right, I have to create a villain that not only they'll hate out of character, but in character as well. So what I did is I spent the last 36 hours not only sleep depriving myself to get in the proper
honey.
Joker mindset,
Oh my
but
God.
to also, I listened to chicken music for a very long time. I
That's a
am
lot of
ready to
chicken
play
music.
Chicken Man. You have no idea. I am method acting the shit out of this.
This is great. So yeah, I will definitely be taking that file for sure. We're gonna find out how to res a rubber chicken later. That's gonna be great. I'm excited for that.
There's a very special effect attached to it as well that I'm sure Duke
I'm
will
excited.
love.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
But yeah,
At this
Duke.
point,
what are you gonna do about the buttons?
Yeah, I've gotten impatient, and I'm just gonna hit the button.
All right, the moment you hit the button,
Good luck.
Duke, the doors slam shut, sealing you inside. And try as anyone might, you cannot get the doors open
I don't.
on
I don't
either
want to
side.
leave.
I
Yeah, no
don't
one can
wanna-
leave, no
oh.
one can enter.
Mhm.
And on one of the blank walls, a number begins to count down from 10, 9, 8, and it continues to count down.
I don't move.
You don't
Stock
move?
still. You're locked in here with me.
Oh, good.
I just keep an eye out, and I'm just stock still, guitar, shotgun at the ready.
Mhm.
All right. Well, the numbers get bigger and bigger and more fancier as they count down. It gets to 3. It's a big old green little fireworks going, animated off of the number. 2, there's actual bits of confetti shooting out of the rubber chickens' mouths at this point. 1, the rubber chickens begin singing some song that it really doesn't matter what it is at this point because you're already pissed at me.
Oh, is it the Superman theme now? Is that it?
Hey!
But it gets to 0, and the number stops, the music stops, the confetti stops, the doors open, and you see your friends on the other side.
You doing good there, Duke?
My
Everything okay?
friends. What do you mean?
Hello. Phoenix will
What's
just kind of
going-
poke her head
Wait.
inside. So,
What's going on?
you really like confetti, don't you?
No. Point of order. I have no idea what's going on. ELH.
Oh, as in the doors that sealed you inside opened, and you see your friends again.
I see.
basically.
Okay, I was the only one in the. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you were the only one in the room.
Yeah.
You done? We finished?
Yeah. Phoenix is kind of like head poking and halfway into the doorway. It was like, you really like confetti, huh? I didn't know that was a thing of yours. She kind of looks over at Teflon and the rest. I mean, I guess we'll just have to get him some more paper for his room. I didn't realize that like confetti was a fetish of. But I mean, like he likes to sing weird songs, so I guess that's a rock thing. I don't. Maybe it's the drugs.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
None of you have to leave here.
She just kind of looks at him and is like, your anger would best be aimed towards the man who's tormenting you, not us.
And over again, an unforeseen loudspeaker. This one you can't seem to locate, but this one you hear the voice of the Chicken Man, and he says, "I see you have found my dastardly room of chicken kindness."
Oh no.
It's Rubber Bane.
Yeah.
Rubber Bane, I love it.
That's honestly the voice I was trying to go for, so I'm glad
I
that's
was-
coming
Yeah,
across.
that's what I was.
Fine.
That's a vibe. Yeah.
You merely adopted the chicken. I was born by it, molded by it.
When I signed up for this game, I was looking
Promise
forward
something
to
else.
sort of almost near future grimy cyberpunk action, and what I was not expecting was Todd Solon's Joker 2, this time with a chicken.
Oh man.
I'm just. Who has the money for this? Like,
It's a good thing that you asked.
Oh no. Exposition.
Oh, Todd Phillips, not Todd Solon. I'm so sorry, Todd Solon.
Oh, that's fine. I never
And
showed the chicken till
what I would
was a
say,
man.
Imago,
Wait.
is one of the larger rubber chickens near you actually gets up and starts walking in your direction.
I'm going to flinch, scream, and like, and I'm gonna shoot it.
You're gonna shoot it. All right, well,
I'm just gonna
go
shoot
ahead.
it.
We'll say it's about
I will
10
also
meters.
shoot it.
You will
Yeah,
also
they will
shoot
both
it.
be shooting it.
All right, well, we're gonna do an actual attack roll here because I find
Okay.
it funny as shit.
Okay, I am terrified. Like,
Yeah, of course. The giant rubber chicken just got up and started walking towards you.
All right, Imago, what are you shooting with?
this is a heavy pistol.
All right, yeah, you hit.
This is great.
Roll damage as well, or just roll to hit?
Roll damage as well. These things actually do have hit points.
Oh no. Okay, well, you know, this is no biggie. Nightmare like any other. Whatever.
Oh, hey, that
Always.
might be a crit. Hold on.
Not a crit, sadly.
Now,
Still, 12 damage is nice.
Is it still walking towards me?
I think it's almost like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation where you've like blown off half of its head and you could just sort of see the wire under cage underneath and the animatronics that are powering it just sort of chattering at you.
Oh god.
I'm going to scream, and can I shoot it again?
Well, first I believe Duke was shooting it, so let's
yeah,
handle Duke's attack.
please kill this thing.
All right,
Oh,
so
you are
Duke, you're
using a rate of fire 2 pistol, so yes, you could shoot it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was
if
about to
it's,
say
if
your
it's
rate of
only a
fire is
heavy.
2, right?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah, so you give another shot then, yeah.
Let's do this then. So you fire your first, and as you're getting ready to fire your second, that's when Duke's attack comes in. With a 14, I actually think Duke, since you are about 10 meters away from this chicken, the DV is 15, so you do unfortunately miss with your shotgun. But you at least feel better.
Do I?
I don't know. You tell me.
Fire again,
He missed
Imago.
the giant rubber chicken.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
missed
17.
It.
17
God.
will hit it.
Okay.
Now, is that a
Roll
crit?
damage.
Let's check.
That is a crit.
That is a
That
crit.
is.
That's a 2-6.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
go ahead and roll me 2d6, and we will consult the critical damage chart.
Sure thing. 2d6. That's what I
I
always
think
Damage
wanted.
on the giant animatronic rubber chicken. Thanks. I hate it. A
Let's
4.
see, a 4. Let me just find the chart, because apparently I didn't make it a reference sheet.
Whoops.
Well,
Well, how often do we actually crit, though? Let's be 100%
Let's see, you rolled
honest
a
there.
4. Oh my god, that is the best critical effect you could have rolled.
Oh,
So-
no. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
It was already like doing the rubber chicken thing of going, kind of a noise.
Yeah.
But when you hit it in its quote unquote lung. So now instead of a quote unquote clear and quote unquote delightful sound coming out of it, it's
okay,
now like
yeah, there's-
Satan's butthole is farting. It's that bad.
Great. Deltona Part 2. Somebody please kill this thing. Please. Please.
I'm only ready to
Phoenix is
fire
just-
1, so.
Phoenix is just gonna look at Teflon and just kind of shrug and be like, I mean, yeah, no.
Shrug. Pull
Said-
the trigger.
Do we send Judge after it? Do we watch the whole thing from the sidelines and be punished later? What do you want to do?
I'm just enjoying. I'm trying not to laugh out loud.
I'm going to fucking scream. You two help.
Can I like
And at
slowly
that
move
point,
forward?
Teflon
can, but
loses
first-
it and does laugh out loud when I'm a goat screams at him to help him kill an animatronic rubber chicken. He's just gonna lose it and laugh.
That's just funny.
Before you move again, Duke, I do want to give Judge a chance to do
Yeah, of course.
something.
Yeah.
No, I just screamed to him. I go, kick it in the shin.
Did it have chins?
You guys are just shitty friends. I want you to know that.
This is the
Got it,
closest I
buddy.
felt to Imago in a long time.
Oh my, I know, right?
All right, well, the rubber chicken's turn is it moving forward. So Duke and Imago, you guys do have your actions back at this point.
I'm shooting again.
You shoot
amazing.
again. All right.
I love everything about this whole scene.
17 is more than sufficient to hit it. Ooh, and a 20. So with a 20, that is more than enough damage that you literally blast its head off. And as the headless body judders and jolts to a stop, it lets out a gurgling noise from where its head used to be, and the animatronic chicken falls to the ground.
In turn, I will let out a primal scream in triumph.
Congratulations, you shot a rubber chicken.
Was moving towards me.
Well, I
It was
mean, you did ask it a question.
It was advancing with sinister intent.
How did you
He
know?
was
It's a rubber chicken.
waddling and clucking.
That's pretty sinister.
I feel like this guy is just a jovial, misunderstood joker. He's just trying to get a
Yes,
rise
I
out of
like
you.
him.
And
I
all
like-
you're
I
doing is
like this
walking
guy.
into this dude's home and shooting his toys.
You
Yes, they
just
are quite expensive toys at that.
15 minutes ago, you shot a man in cold blood and then threw him into the upside down. So I don't want to hear anything from you.
Oh, I mean, sure, let's get rid of a guy who knows what we look like and possibly go back to the person who's trying to torment and possibly kill us, where a guy is basically just stuffing rubber chickens into your car because you keep parking in his parking spot.
Did we forget Grand Theft Auto?
I didn't steal
Oh,
anybody's
that
car.
was my favorite. It took me ages to get this Fulton device onto your car.
Where is the nearest door? Like, how? I need to get further into this compound.
I mean, you could go back into the chicken room with the button.
Well, okay, which one is the chicken room? Because I feel like charitably, every room is the chicken room.
The one with the button.
Wait, so I got to before you really do anything. I was just like, so hey, Duke, do you got a second? Come here. And she's gonna take her AR goggles and she's gonna get kind of come up to him. She's gonna wait, come here. I want to show you something really cool. And she's gonna take the goggles and she's gonna push him onto his face so that he can see through them, and then move her hand to the side so that none of the sensors are blocked, and just be like, they're all the chicken room. And then that will let him see all of the little AR chickens just running around him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll take her goggles back and just your anger is best directed in a straight arrow rather than trying to just shoot everything.
Then I will sort of quietly nod, and I will turn to Judge, and I will ask, how much C4 did you bring?
And Imago's just sitting in the back I fucking hate it here. Why are you my friends? Ah!
Well, has the C4 been delivered already? Or
It
am I
has.
still
It
It
has.
all right?
It has. Oh, good.
Enough
I'm
to blow
excited.
this fucking place.
So while they're doing all of that, I'm just going to go, so Chicken Man, what is it about Duke that you love so much?
Well, initially it was because he took my parking spot, but I think he's going to turn for the bozos.
Oh,
I didn't catch it.
oh.
No.
Say again.
And the only reply is that two new rubber chickens get up and start walking to you, and they start saying, "Join us, honk honk honk! Join us, honk honk honk!"
I think I'm the only one that actually understood what you just said, because honestly, your mic cut out.
Oh,
so
did
we
it
didn't
actually
really
cut out?
hear-
Yeah, we
it actually
just
cut out.
genuinely didn't hear what you said.
Okay,
Yeah.
then he basically said he thinks Duke is perfect for the bozos.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Oh,
Mm.
fuck.
Okay.
I suppose.
Am I the only person who thinks this was a monumental waste of time? Tell you what, I think we should burn her to the ground. Just on behalf of
General
being a
principle.
good fucking citizen.
Yeah.
This place shouldn't exist. It just
I am 14 set C4 charges ahead of you.
Yeah, I hand you one of those bricks. It says, "You do you, man."
Honestly,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
probably just going to direct you where to put them on the other side of the building.
I'm going around where are all the supporting pillars?
Well, the only
Stack 'em
problem is that you do have now two animatronic chickens chasing after you, so we do have to deal with that problem.
so they're chasing us now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
great.
Us? Wait. Us or Duke?
Oh, just
Define
Duke
us.
and Imago. Just
Just
Duke and
Duke and
Imago.
Imago.
Oh,
Why
run, guys.
me?
Because you
Because
shot
you
them.
shot.
No, it was self-defense. I feared for my
well,
life. You know what? I fear
they
my life
fear
right
for
now.
their
I'm
life
pulling my
now.
gun out. I'm gonna shoot it to death. Please.
God.
Stay ahead of it. Stay ahead of it. Don't let it
Yeah,
catch
Okay,
you.
so
I'm gonna
So-
walk backwards, like just like gun hold out, walking backwards, just popping round after round. I'm gonna take 2 shots at it
Take your
because
2 shots.
I'm gonna look at Imago
It's amazing,
in a
by
like
the way.
action movie style, like you and me back to back, and do the whole thing.
Are
Like
you-
we're gonna spin around.
Against 2 chickens. Against 2 chickens.
Oh my god. this is-
Well,
These are bozo chickens now. We know that for sure.
You do,
Yeah.
yes.
Which is worse?
All right. Let's see. A 13 is actually enough. No, actually, the DV is a 13, so you need a 14 or higher to hit. So
Right.
the first shot misses, but the second shot will hit Imago. And
How
is
can
that
this
a
fucker-
crit?
that's a crit.
That's a crit. Roll me another 2d6. Let's see what critical effect you get this time.
I wish I had these crits when I was fighting like real, actual people, not just whatever this is.
What was the name of the guy that we killed in the? Oh, Priest. Yeah, where was this when we were fighting Priest?
A 12.
Oh, wonderful.
So here's what happens: is you take your pistol and you unload a shot into the torso region of this chicken, and it doesn't phase it at all. And you say, fuck it, and you aim for the foot or one of the legs instead. And either the chicken is just not well put
No.
together, or your shot was just that motivated. Excuse me, because not only do you shoot the leg and it breaks, but the leg comes completely off. And one of the chickens anyway falls to the ground, sort of flailing with its arms and legs and going honk, 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 as it is otherwise incapacitated.
Just spins around,
Yeah, it just
going
sort of
like in a circle.
spins in a circle. Yeah.
When I have a moment, I'd like to walk over there and eliminate it execution style.
Noted. What are you going to do about the other rubber,
Rubber
chicken? though?
robots' life matters.
Well,
No, they don't.
oh no,
No, they don't.
Imago shot twice already, didn't he? Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
So you've got one incapacitated rubber chicken on the ground. What are you going to do about the second one?
It's a good question. Okay, so what I'm going to do is instead of firing, I'm going to jog up to the one whose leg has recently been blown off, and I will use the bayonet to stab it
to death.
in a vital area.
All right. Well, the good news is because it has lost its leg, it literally cannot dodge attacks for this. So I believe that means you hit it unless you roll like a 1.
Yeah. 19.
Yeah, you didn't roll a 1. You hit it. You only deal 1 damage.
1 damage!
So you take your bayonet of your guitar and like stab it into its torso, and it kind of just honks back at you, going, "Honk."
Honk, honk, honk,
All
honk,
right.
honk, honk.
One more time.
Yep, you hit it. All right, that does a little bit more.
All right.
You pierce its vocal box, and once again, it's Satan's butthole, but it is still kind of twitching and moving. But it is
I'm
now
gonna
going to be
Shout
The
over
best-
my shoulder. Judge, where are those charges?
I gave them all to you. It's just do it. Just do it. And as I walk over to Phoenix and I kind of I tell her, like, how can this fucker see us? Like where the fuck is he?
Oh, so, and she'll just kind of like, because she still has her AR goggles in her hand, and she'll just kind of like plop them on his face, and you can just see all of the AR chickens running all around in the room. I'm pretty sure all of these are probably his cameras, as well as the fact that he's probably got a number of sensors and arrays and cameras pretty much littering the entire complex. Like, and she'll like take the goggles back to slap back on her forehead, and she'll just be like, I'm not gonna lie, the guy's really fucking smart.
And you can't
Twisted, but
you can't
smart.
pinpoint or trace the point of
Oh,
origin.
there's only one floor, and honestly, like, I kind of don't care.
I mean, just give Duke a
But
helping hand,
look,
man.
look. Anything that this guy has set up on his access points, like the only access point I found, and she sort of thumbs back to the button room, was in there. Whether that means anything is not is beyond me, but like, I mean, if I go to a different area and she kind of just like points around on the other side where Duke was, isn't currently, and she's like, I mean, I could maybe check over there for something else, I guess. I don't know.
Well, while you're having this conversation, and Teflon is probably losing his shit as he's
Oh
recording.
yeah, this man is probably half a lung down because he can't breathe anymore.
Pretty much.
So the rubber chicken that's on the ground is going to attack first, and it does something
good.
horrific. It looks up at Duke, opens its mouth, and emits not a screech of a chicken, but literal fire. So, Duke, I need you to roll me a dodge, please.
Oh yeah, now all of a sudden it's a big deal that we kill all the chickens. Yeah, you were
Mhm.
just laughing at me before, but now that they're fucking dragons, okay.
Crispy chicken, crispy chicken.
No, dude,
waiting-
Nashville hot
I've been
chicken.
waiting for this.
Nashville hot chicken.
ELH, what did you want me to roll? I'm sorry.
A dodge,
Evasion.
please.
Evasion.
Evasion, dodge.
Evasion,
yeah.
yeah. 6 of one,
14?
half a dozen of the other.
It is possible for them to roll low. They're not exactly the beefiest chickens out there. Oh, that is unfortunately a 16 with a crit. So, means I actually have to...
I knew it would end like
Knew it.
this.
I knew it would end like this.
It's ironic. It's ironic. A chicken cooking you.
Yeah.
I mean,
just a little. All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember, because flamethrowers like this act as shotguns, so that's 5d6 if I remember
5d6,
correctly.
Yep.
And
don't you get set on fire as well or something like
I
that?
think
And
that
you
is
get
a
set
thing.
on fire that does 2 points directly to your hit points every round until you take an action to put yourself out.
All right,
So what's your armor at, Duke?
Yeah, what is your armor at? For your body specifically.
Body is 11.
Then I think you're only going to take 3 damage then, and
Yeah,
your
it's one
armor will
blade and 3
ablate.
damage.
But I believe you are technically counted as being on fire now, which
Okay, so
I am trying to find the rules for very quickly.
So 3 damage, and my armor got ablated once, right?
Correct.
And you're
So
on,
your armor,
and you're
your
on
body
fire.
armor is at 10.
Yeah.
You take 3 health, and you're on fire, which means you're supposed to be taking, I think it's 2 damage per turn directly to your
2
HP
Yeah, 2 direct to the HP.
Mhm.
every turn.
Until you
Every
douse the
turn.
flames by taking an action,
Does
or
that include,
someone does it for
Yeah.
you.
does that include this turn or the?
That'll be next turn.
Whenever
Okay.
they end their turn. So yes, it will include this turn. No,
Okay.
That's
you
right,
end
yeah.
the turn.
So is it on turn start, as in when it's Duke's
No.
turn?
It's on the person who sets you on fire's end of turn. So
Okay.
once the
Okay.
chicken is no longer able to take
No,
any additional
until your
actions.
target spends an action. So it's at the end of every Duke's turn.
Oh, it's
Okay.
every Duke. Okay.
And actually,
Okay.
I looked it up. It's actually 4 damage to their HP at the end of their
Oh.
turns. Or so
Whoa,
says the
it's-
flamethrower does.
Oh,
That's
it's
an
the
errata.
flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
Not the incendiary ammunition.
No, this is an
Ooh.
actual flamethrower, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That is way different. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's very different.
Yes, very
All right,
different.
we're still in the safe zone. It's fine.
All right, so
It's
that's
fine.
chicken 1. Chicken
Yep.
2, the still mobile one, continues to go for Imago.
As
And
you do.
Imago, what's your brawling like there, buddy?
That's a really good question. I
Oh, is
know
he
why.
gonna be
Oh,
grappled?
it's
Yep.
not good. But you know what? I have 2 luck. If it touches me, I swear.
He's gonna get grappled by a
God,
rubber
no,
chicken.
I'm not about to get grappled by a chicken, because I'm putting 2 luck into this.
Yeah,
All right,
they've
you
only
gotta
rolled a
beat it.
9. So that's its
Ah.
first brawling. It didn't get a hold of you the first time as it kind of swoops in with these comically large
Yep.
arms. So that's attack
Grapple
1.
is only grapple is a full action, not a brawling
Yeah, it's a
attack.
full action.
Well, in that
means-
case, chicken goes for you, misses completely. You're completely fine, which now means it is either Imago's or Duke's turn, but whenever Duke starts his turn, he will take 4 direct damage.
I think
don't you go
Imago's
ahead?
been going first anyway. So yeah, I think Imago's up next.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and double tap this thing.
Okay. And
I see
since
what you did there.
since you are point
That's
blank
lewd.
range, your DV is a 13.
Okay. 1.
16
Two.
is enough. 21 is enough.
Roll damage for both. 10 and 6.
Yeah, it looks like 10 and 6.
Ooh, we have an offset on the 10 though, so we're okay. It's normal damage.
Yeah, so I think what that means is you plug 2 shots into the chicken that's trying to grapple you. It remains standing. It's flinching a little bit and sort of jolting as its animatronics try to deal with the damage, but it is still standing, unfortunately.
Not for long.
Which now goes to Duke's turn. Duke, you do take that 4 damage.
Okay.
And then what is your action going to be?
So where are the chickens in relation to me?
So in relation to you, there's one directly below you, the one that's on the ground. Right. And then there's one that's harassing Imago that is about 5 meters away.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right.
How many more of these big chickens are currently in this room?
In this room, there are 3 more.
Because this is now not funny so much
Mm.
anymore.
Huh, yeah.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
It's still funny.
It's still funny. Let's get that out first. It's fucking hilarious.
It's still funny, but it's not as funny.
It's a bit more
I feel
life-threatening
like I might
than
have
funny.
to do
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
Can I move away from the chicken at my feet without it sort of reaching out and grasping me or something?
Yeah, I'd say you could do that.
In that case, then I would like to sling my guitar back around and using the C4 charges that Judge handed to me, I would like to start setting them up on the relevant pillars and
I would suggest putting yourself out first.
Yeah, you're on fire. Remember?
Yeah, you are on fire.
Yeah, you are on fire. That would
Unless
take a bit
you just
more
want to go for
precedence.
it. And C4 and fire, I don't know.
Or maybe you're just that angry that you're going to set the C4 while on fire.
I am pretty angry.
Fun fact, C4 is stable, so fire will not be a problem.
Yeah, fire's not going to set off C4.
Stuff.
Then I am going to just
Requires an
put
electrical
C4
charge.
on and ignore the flames.
All right.
Excellent.
What is your? I believe that's an actual skill. I believe it's demolitions, is what it is.
That's right.
What is your
Demolitions,
demolitions like?
What if I told you it was 0?
All right. Well, I guess that means you're rolling a straight check then.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, I mean
Good.
that's a 25 actually. So I think what happens is either you've been paying more attention to Judge than either of you really knew, or you're just that motivated because you zero in on where the support beams are, you slap down the C4 charges on 2 of 4 required pillars. So that's going to be your turn is putting
This
the C4
ends
down.
today.
So that's 2 out of 4. You've got 2 more to go, and then you can run and blow the place.
Just to clarify, I have no absolute knowledge of demolitions whatsoever. I just have the C4.
No. Well, maybe Duke looked it up. Maybe it's one of those cultural relevant things that maybe you just watched a bunch of movies and you're like, yeah, if I put the C4 here, here, and here, it'll work.
Yeah, I watched a couple of World War II war films, and
There you go.
It'll
All right.
work out
Well,
for the best,
it is now going to be the chicken's turn. Let's attack Imago first. It's going to go for another grapple, so I do need another opposed check. You only have to beat an 11.
I am going to fucking scream.
You don't have any luck, do you?
I do have luck. I do have luck. I'm gonna put against. You know what? No luck. I don't need luck. It's a chicken.
Yeah, 17 is more than
Nice. Good job.
sufficient.
Nice.
Yeah.
could have been famous last words.
Yeah, that would have
Right,
been
yeah.
really ironic.
It's just a chicken. Oh no!
So the chicken misses you. Again, it goes in for a grapple. You easily dodge out of the way. The chicken on the ground is going to do something that is perhaps horrific when you think about it. And what I mean by that is it is going to, using its arms, is going to use its arms and literally walk on its hand, like almost like doing a headstand. Is going to get upright and begin walking after Duke. And it's going to spend its entire turn walking after Duke, but it is now mobile.
Can I actually begin shooting?
If you'd like to, yes.
I'm also going to now start shooting.
Thank you. I
right,
really
Judge.
appreciate it. You know?
What do you got? 18 is more than sufficient.
Okay.
And honestly,
damage.
you just have to do 15 damage and it's dead.
+1.
Plus
Plus
1,
one,
then that is
15.
enough.
Yeah,
15 is enough to
just,
kill it. So yeah, you kill the one that's chasing after Duke, and then Teflon, I think you're shooting as well.
I'm shooting the one on our good doctor, or
Okay.
bad doctor.
I am a
depending
great
on
doctor.
How well he does.
A 13, I don't think a 13 hits, unfortunately. But you do have a heavy pistol, so it is rate of fire 2.
Which are both 13s.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, they're both 13s. Gotcha, yeah.
Oh,
So
dang.
unfortunately, you pop off 2 shots. Doesn't get you anywhere. But it is now Amago's or Duke's turn.
You know what? I'm with the last 2 rounds in my magazine, I'm just gonna just plug it again, please. I want it to be done.
Okay. 15 is enough. 23 is 30 is enough. Yes. 14 and is that 2 14s?
2 14s.
2 14s.
Imago is the poultry slayer.
Apparently, yeah, because with the last shot, as it rings out, the rubber chicken falls to its knees before you, Imago, and sort of gives a croaking, "Why?" and falls dead on the ground.
I like how everyone else is like, we have to kill the murder chickens, and I'm just sitting over here like, but what did they really do to you? I mean, come on.
They exist.
I mean, that's fair, but still.
Someone
world
put
is not
Duke
there.
out. Like,
We're in bozo territory, and I want to
Yeah.
get out quickly.
Yeah.
World is not theirs to inhabit.
Speaking of which, I'm going to continue placing the C4 charges.
On fire or no?
no, I'm
Huh?
actually approaching Duke and kind of start to pat him out.
Okay. So yeah, as Duke, as you place the last 2 charges, Chicken Man comes back over, and let me know if I do cut out again, because when I do the masking effect, it sometimes does not come through. So Chicken Man says, "I see you have managed to best my minions, but this is not the end, for I will return. Also, stay the fuck out of my parking spot."
This sucks. I'm going
Saga
home.
continues.
So all the charges are planted, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm already leaving. This
Yeah,
is
so
bozo territory.
Yeah,
I
let's
no,
all
don't
get
I'm
out.
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
reload. I'm gonna leave. This place sucks.
Let's
There's-
get to
there's
the
not-
car, and then I want to look over the hood at this
Mhm.
building, which we are, I would say, comfortably far away from,
Hmm.
and I will get the detonator ready,
Hmm.
and I will look at everybody in the party, and I will say, despite some setbacks, I appreciate that all of you were here for me in my hour of need.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, that was it. There wasn't a speech or anything. I just wanted to say that. And then
Mm.
click.
And it does detonate with a very satisfying explosion. Unfortunately, I do have to roll something here because it wouldn't be the true end of the Rubber Chicken Man. I didn't roll at
no.
least one thing. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm excited.
So
26
Duke,
bozos. Come
as
up.
you're watching the explosion, rubber chicken parts flying everywhere, one of the heads comes flying out. It hits your front windshield, shattering it completely. And as you look at your ruined windshield of your car, you realize that your entire interior of your car has been filled with flyers advertising the bozos.
I'm going to
Yikes.
stagger out to the middle of the pavement. I'm going to drop to my knees, and I will shout at the heavens, "Haven't you taken enough from me?"
And I think that's where we're going to have to call the session because I'm
that's
broken
great.
at this point.
I know.
Honestly, mate. Teflon with Maelstrom on his ass. And that Duke with bozos recruiting him. Like Jesus,
Remember-
the company we keep.
Remember when we used to
Maelstrom
like
is after all
do
of
the-
us, not just me.
True.
Professor's considering whether to show up next week. I can see it in his
Oh,
eyes.
I'm sure.
If this was a recruitment drive, they did the exact opposite. They made an enemy for life.
Hmm.
But honestly, this is how the bozos work, and
Bozo way.
this is literally how the bozos work. Is they get into your head, they fuck with you for weeks, months on end, and then they try to recruit you.
Yep.
No wonder there aren't very many of them.
They don't need to have very many of them.
How are you at clown parties, Duke?
You mean like hosting or participating?
Oh, clearly participating. Unless you want to invite them all.
Neither are very good. I have 0 points in clown parties.
Well, the good news is you don't get an ebb reward for dealing with Chicken Man, but you do get an IP reward. I am confidently able to give you 60 IP for your work dealing with the Chicken Man. And everybody does
Nice.
get that.
Oh, wow,
And
nice.
A smug sense of moral superiority.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay, I hit my 300. What do I spend it on?
Yeah, that's the question, is what in the world do you spend it on?
I need 30. I need 30 because I desperately need to get my.
Are you up to date on IP?
operator
Because
up
I
to
did
5.
give them IP last week.
50 IP for the PvP run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, I
Teflon, you
wasn't
get
there
that
for
too.
that run though, was I?
Well, I'm going to give it to you anyway because in my mind, once you start sort of splitting off players into different like IP sort of like that, like it's one thing to give like 5 or 10 IP for good role playing or, going above and beyond.
Sure.
But with something that significant, I don't feel it's a good thing to keep players separate like that.
Okay, well that puts me at 320, and I am spending 300 to up my operator to rank 5.
Oh, congrats.
Very nice. All right,
Which
folks.
means I get another language as well.
Ooh, which one are you going to pick up?
Chicken?
I don't know.
Chicken.
I've got to think about that.
I'm going to shoot myself. Like Imago is going to take a point blank aim shot to his brain.
Wow.
I'm going to have to put a trigger warning on this episode. We had
I'm
torture in
pretty
the
sure.
beginning and then rubber chicken madness in the second part.
It was torture all along. That was the
Oh, yeah,
theme
it
of this
Yep.
session.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Damn.
All right. Well, YouTube, this is where we say goodbye to you, but Twitch, stick around because we're going to raid somebody. But YouTube, see you later.